Welcome back, cowboys and cowgirls, and get along, little doggy. And welcome back to Joe's Card Corral. Hope you like that little introductory music. I'm sure, hopefully it inspired some joy feelings all around. All right, I figured I'd knock this episode out real quick. I went to a local hobby shop here, in my area. I go in strictly to get like accessories, like some top loaders, so they call them, and like in some soft sleeves, anticipating, because I am going to do a little bit of pack breaks and mini box breaks here. At least that's what I was planning to do on my next show. But of course, what happens? I start looking through like the boxes of cards they have, like football cards. So I end up spending way too much money, but I guess I can't be too hard on myself. It could have been a lot worse. Looking at various baseball cards and football cards in the display case, there were some like older expensive rookies in there. Those are always tempting, but luckily I was able to fight off the temptation. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but I just wanted to go through these football cards I ended up acquiring. So yep, it's Smash Mouth football once again, the NFL. All right, so let's get this show on the road. First we have Sony Michel rookie card there. And yeah, I obviously don't like the Patriots, but I think he had a pretty decent season. I think he even had an impact in the Super Bowl. I can't remember. That was like one of the most boring Super Bowls ever. So I'm just didn't retain a lot of that information. And we have Dalvin Cook. I think he's been hurt a lot, but I think he's poised to come back and have a big season. I think. If he's able to stay healthy. And then we got Mike Evans. He's a big, tall, wide receiver. He's probably he's probably like the basis of the Buccaneers offense, I would say. I always end up with him on my fantasy team. It's like, you never know what he's going to do, though. And then we got Dak Prescott. Despite me not liking the Cowboys, I still wanted to pick him up anyway. I don't mind him so much, I guess. And then we got Carson Wentz. Yeah, hopefully he can come back and stay healthy, maybe play a full season. Then Corey Davis, this may or may not have been a bargain. I'm not sure what type of year he had. I know the Titans drafted him to be their impact receiver, but I'm not sure if he had injury problems or what. I know he didn't have a huge impact fantasy-wise. And then we have Matt Ryan. I'm surprised his cards were so cheap. I don't think he gets enough credit as far as being mentioned with some of the elite quarterbacks. Then we got Julio Jones. That one was tough to pass up. And then we have Adrian Peterson for $1. So yeah, I'm sure some of his cards still have big value, but of course some of his off the field problems, I don't know, maybe that kind of knocked him down a little bit. Then we got Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, he's definitely a squirrely one. And then we got Josh Rosen. So yeah, the Cardinals drafted him to be their future, but then a new regime came in. They obviously drafted Kyler Murray and shipped Josh Rosen to the Dolphins, who are in need of a quarterback since the departure of Ryan Tannehill. I think Tannehill was just kind of treading water there after a while, so I think it was time for a change in Miami. So hopefully that's a place for him to grow and flourish. And we got Josh Allen. Many are still talking about his potential, but he is on the Bills, so that's like one X factor there. And we got Sam Darnold. Yeah, I'm obviously not a huge fan I never really liked the Jets anyway, and and then since they got Le'Veon Bell, it's like I really don't like the Jets, so I'm not sure how Sam Darnold is gonna fare, playing with Le'Veon Bell, and then. I don't know, maybe they can cuddle with Fireman Ed or something, at night after their loss. And then this one I could not resist. It's Mason Rudolph, good old Mason Rudolph. The Steelers had gotten a potential steal with him in the third round of last year. Pairing him up with James Washington, at least that was a potential future. But it looks like Ben might be trying to play a number of more years, or maybe even 5 more years, but we'll see if that happens. So, not sure if Mason Rudolph will catch on with the Steelers, or maybe he'll catch on with someone else. And then we have the Benny Snell Jr. I was surprised to see this one. He was one of the Steelers draft picks. Looks like he's not sure if he's really classified as a fullback, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But looks like he's a good pass catching back, and they need to add some depth behind Connor and Jalen Samuels. So take some of the load off of James Conner there. And then we have good old Baker Mayfield, school colors there. Yeah, I mean Baker Mayfield definitely. I think he might be the Browns guy. He definitely had a better year than I thought he would, but then the Browns, drafted all those problem players and the bigger diva, Odell Beckham. So the Browns are either going to be like really good, or they're going to be a dumpster fire. So that'll be interesting to see. Of course, since I'm a Steeler fan, I kind of hope they're a dumpster fire. I mean, I sometimes almost feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's like as soon as, if you give the Browns an inch, all of a sudden their fans just start talking shit. And then we got Jared Goff. That's a nice looking card there. And then last but certainly not least, this was one card I was after, even though defensive players aren't worth as much, but which is unfair, I think. I think they should try to work something out around that, like offensive linemen or defensive players. I think they should at least be given more equal value, or maybe a little more equal treatment. But we got this Steelers #1 draft choice this year, Devin Bush. I mean, and me and everybody else, I said this today and during the draft when the Steelers traded up to grab this guy. I was like Booger in Revenge of the Nerds, like, we've got Bush. So yeah, this is a nice looking card here. Hopefully it maybe gets some value. So yep. And that's it for this super quick speed round. So happy Tuesday, guys. Believe.